Alright, so I'm a little conflicted on whether I should be like revealing my little secrets here in photography. It's a bit like a magician revealing their tricks, and then you don't respect him as much. But hopefully you guys still respect me. So here it goes. Today I'm diving into a photography composition technique many swear by. I use it all the time. It's called the dirty foreground, if you will. Actually, I've been using this trick for years, but I heard it called a dirty foreground by a creative director and fellow photographer on a shoot I was doing in Thailand. I was using the technique and he named it that, and I was like, oh, that's a cool name for it. So I can't take credit for the name, and I would give him credit for it, but at the same time, it was a shoot that I signed an NDA, so I feel like if I'm revealing who he is, I'm revealing what I did on the shoot, and I'm breaking my NDA. So I won't break that, but I will break the photographer's code. We don't have a code. And I'll share with you guys my little dirty secret about the dirty foreground. So what is this secret trick all about? No, it's not about smearing dirt on your lens or shooting through it, although I've done that and it can work and it can look kind of cool. It's about strategically placing elements in front of your camera to create an out-of-focus foreground layer. This isn't just about adding texture or framing your subject, it's about adding depth and intrigue to your shots, or elevating something that might look kind of boring to something a little more interesting. And don't confuse this with contextual layering. This is more texture layering, if that makes sense. So let me explain. So shooting this portrait I did for Forbes, I used a conical hat for context, so that would be more contextual layering, bringing people to Vietnam by framing through their iconic and recognizable hats. Or another example of contextual layering would be framing this farmer. I did this assignment for the New York Times through a person going by on a bike and sort of showing the field. Or this story here, also for the New York Times, I shot on tuberculosis, photographing a man while he's checking out his x-ray. And I love contextual layering. I use it all the time in my assignment work, my personal work, and my commercial work as well. However, the dirty foreground is something entirely different. It's typically used just to add some texture or to hide something unfavorably in the shot. And really just overall to spice up a shot that needs it. Oftentimes when you're on a shoot, a paid shoot, you don't get to pick everything. You've got to make something out of nothing. And rather than tell you, let me just show you some examples. So you can see this golf shot I took for a resort, and the resort wasn't finished, so what do? I couldn't show it as a wide shot. I couldn't show the background layers, too much construction going on. So I took my camera, put it right up in the grass, right in there, so there's all the grass here, my camera's here, and I just shot through that. Bam, dirty foreground, more intriguing shot, elevating a shot that if you saw from up top, was quite boring. Or here using a curtain in a luxury spa in the Maldives that I shot through, just again adding that nice little layer, making this shot that could be a little bit boring a lot more intriguing. Or even here shooting through a doorway for some contrasting color. That foreground layer, that dirty foreground, can have some color that contrasts with your subject, and also you can use it, like I said, to hide different things. I wanted to hide her eyes there and have your attention go just to her lips. I wanted that little sense of mystery. So I used that foreground to hide something, but also to add a nice color layer in front to contrast my subject. Another spa shot in Japan, but using glass, putting my camera right up on the glass to shoot through because the reflection added some nice texture to the shot. So how do you do this? How do you achieve this on every single shoot? Well, for commercial work, I won't reveal all my secrets, but I'll share with you a lot of them. So for commercial work, I travel with branches, fake plants. I travel with different glasses, with different textures, different objects with different color in them. And these add different textures, different color, and different light refractions depending on the texture, depending on the objects that you travel with. So experiment with glass windows, semi-transparent curtains, or items that refract light subtly, and they'll enhance your scene, patterns, and colors, and overall enhance your pictures. In photography, moderation is key, so avoid overusing this little trick and be careful of how wide open you shoot with that dirty foreground. So if I'm framing through this microphone here, but I'm at 1.4, this can become quite a blob. I did a whole episode on why I love 1.4 lenses, but some of the cautions you need to be careful of when using it. You can check out that full episode here. But experiment. That's what photography is, a big experiment. Experiment with different apertures to find the right balance. Personally, overall, I still prefer contextual layering through something that tells a little bit of a story I want to tell and contributes to the narrative of the image, but having multiple tools at my disposal allows me to create compelling images even in challenging situations. And those are aplenty out there, especially if you're working as a professional. You can't always have everything perfect. You have to work within the client's parameters and their goals. And you can try this at home. Have fun experimenting. Try different options with portraits of your loved one or your pets. Personally, I'm a fan of incorporating different types of plants and using their natural textures. You'll see them at my house all the time, like in shooting through my plants, shooting through branches, photographing my dog, photographing my wife. It's just experiment and practice and try different lenses, try different apertures, and try different objects with different textures. So I have a big commercial shoot next week in Tokyo, so I might be a little bit slow to releasing new episodes or responding to comments. And unfortunately, this shoot is under a strict NDA, so I can't share any behind the scenes footage and I can't take you guys along for the ride. But I'm excited about the shoot. I leave tomorrow. It's really exciting. Thank you guys for tuning in. Let me know if you've used the Dirty Foreground, if you have any tricks you want to share. If you have any questions, ask me in the comments section below. Don't forget to check out my online store at askmott.com. I've got a variety of one-on-one classes, some presets that will not make you a better photographer, but they will add some pop to your images. I've also got a few slots left for my Northern Vietnam photography workshop coming up in December. It is the workshop and trip of a lifetime. Trust me, check all that out in the link in the description box below. Thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and don't forget to have a wonderful day.